Solve each equation, check the answer. 2/5 y minus 4/5 equals 8. One technique that we have when solving equations that involve fractional coefficients is to multiply through the entire equation by the LCD. So I'm going to show that technique. I'm going to multiply through the entire equation by the LCD. Now in this case the LCD is 5. So I'm going to multiply through both sides of the equation by 5. Now remembering to apply the distributive property, that means I have 5 times 2/5 y minus 5 times 4/5 is equal to 5 times 8. 5 times 2/5, I can reduce between those 5's, leaving 1 and 1. And so that would give me then 2y minus 5 times 4/5. I can again reduce between the 5's, leaving 1's. And 1 times 4 is 4. And on the right-hand side, 5 times 8 is 40. And now it's fairly straightforward. I identify the variable term and isolate it by adding 4 to both sides. So then 2y is equal to 44. And divide through by 2 to isolate the variable, and we find that y equals 22. Let's check the solution. 2/5 of 22 minus 4/5, is this equal to 8? Thinking of that 22 as a 22 over 1 and multiplying those fractions gives 44/5 minus 4/5. And 44/5 minus 4/5 is 40/5, and 40 over 5 is 8, which is equal to itself. And so we can be confident that the solution is 22. 7/4 m minus 3 plus m is equal to 37/14 m minus 3/4. Alright, so in this case, the LCD of 4 and 14 is 28. So I'm going to multiply through both sides of this equation by 28. Applying the distributive property, I have 28 by 7/4 m plus 28 by 3. That should be a minus 28 by 3 plus 28 by m equals 28 by 37/14 m minus 28 by 3/4. Reducing between the 28 and the 4 leaves a 7 and a 1. So I have 7 times 7, I have 49m, minus 28 times 3 is 84, plus 28m. On the right-hand side, reducing between the 28 and the 14 leaves a 2 and a 1. And 2 times 37 is 74m. Reducing between the 28 and the 4 leaves a 7 and a 1. And 7 times 3 is 21. Combining the like terms on the left-hand side, I have 77m minus 84 is equal to 74m minus 21. Let's get all the variable terms to one side. I'll subtract 74m from both sides. So then 3m minus 84 is equal to negative 21. Adding 84 to both sides. 3m is equal to 63. And dividing by 3, m equals 21. Let's check our work. So we have 7/4 of 21 minus 3 minus 21, I'm sorry, plus 21. Is that equal to 37/14 of 21 minus 3/4? Alright, so 7/4 of 21, well, that's a 21 over 1, and multiplying those fractions, 7 times 21 is 147. So I have 147 over 4 minus 3 plus 21, that's a minus 18. I'm sorry, it's not a minus 18, it's a plus 18. Though I really should work left to right if I'm following the order of operations, so let's be careful here. So let me subtract 3 and add 21. Just kind of thinking ahead, I'm going to get those with a denominator of 4, so I can easily combine them with that fraction. So minus 12 over 4 and plus 84 over 4. So working from left to right, 147 minus 12 is 135 over 4 plus 84 over 4. And so that is 219 over 4. So there's the left-hand side. Right-hand side, I can reduce between the 14 and the 21. They both share a factor of 7. So let me do that. So that would give me a 2 and a 3 here. 37 times 3 is 111. So I have 111 over 2 minus 3/4. Finding a common denominator between those two, the denominator would be 4. So multiplying by a factor of 2 would give me 222 over 4 minus 3 over 4, which is 219 over 4. Since that checks out, we can be confident that the solution is m equals 21. 3/8 of 5t minus 6 is equal to 7/8 t plus 37/4. Now when we have an equation like this, whenever we have a fraction times a quantity, it's a good practice to distribute first. So applying the distributive property on the left-hand side, I'd have 3/8 of 5t minus 3/8 of 6. And simplifying that gives me 15/8 t minus 9/4. The right-hand side is still 7/8 t plus 37/4. Now the LCD here is 8. So I'll multiply through both sides of the equation by 8 and apply the distributive property. So I have 8 by 15/8 t minus 8 by 9/4 is equal to 8 by 7/8 t plus 8 by 37/4. Simplifying, I can reduce the 8's in the first term, leaving 15t. I can reduce between the 8 and the 4, leaving a 2 and a 1. So that would give me a minus 18. On the right-hand side, in the first term, I can again reduce between the 8's, leaving a 7t. And in the second term on the right, I can reduce between the 8 and the 4, leaving a 2 and a 1. And let's see, 2 times 37 is 74. Alright, I identify that there are variable terms on both sides, so I'll move all the variable terms to one side. I'll subtract 7t from both sides. 8t minus 18 is equal to 74. I will then isolate the variable term by adding 18 to both sides. So then 8t is equal to 92. And then I'll divide both sides by 8 to isolate the variable, yielding t is 92 over 8, but that can be reduced by a factor of 4 to 23 over 2. Alright, let's check that. 3/8 by 5 times 23 over 2 minus 6. Is that equal to 7/8 by 23 over 2 plus 37/4. All right, working from the inside out. 5 times 23 over 2 is 115 over 2. Minus 6, I'm going to treat that 6 as a 12 over 2. 115 minus 12 is 103, and that's still over 2. And so let's see, 3 times 103 is 309 over 16. On the right-hand side, 7/8 times 23 halves. 7 times 23 is 161 over 16. And we have plus 37 over 4. Multiplying by a factor of 4 to build up that fraction. So we have a common denominator. I have 161 over 16 plus 148 over 16. And when I add those up, I do get 309 over 16. So the solution is t equals 23 over 2.